Hey, welcome back to the Crapocaster Part 2. So, what we're doing today is we're going to install some pickups in this guitar that we worked on last time. This is the Floyd Rosd Sky Flying V ripoff that we installed the horrible crap neck on. And what we're going to do today is install some pickups. So I was looking in here, and it looks like there might be room for 2 extra pots. And the reason that I even bring that up is, if we swing over here, that there is a wiring harness that came out of my Epiphone SG Standard. And these are the Alnico Classic Pros that came out of that guitar. Now, it's a solderless system, as you can see. Problem is, this guitar only has 2 pots and 2 holes for 2 pots. But because it looks like there might be room, I'm thinking that maybe we drill some holes in here and install those 4 pots, that whole wiring harness, that switch, and that jack, and those pickups into this guitar. So it really will be a Crapocaster. It'll be Floyd Rosd Sky Flying V style guitar with a Squier neck, and Epiphone SG pickups and wiring. A whole complete crazy monster of a guitar. So let's get some pots and see if we can get some measurements and see if this will work. The very first thing that we need to do is we need to disassemble this guitar, essentially. So what that amounts to is removing the switch, removing the pots, and removing the 1 pickup that's in here. That doesn't even work and isn't even hooked up to anything. I mean, look at this mess. This whole guitar is a huge mess. So let's start with, I guess, let's flip it around. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these knobs off. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my Music Nomad tool, which, if you work on guitars and you don't have one of these, holy cow, is it helpful. You really should get one of these. These things are amazing for like getting these off. So those are out, switch is out. Last thing is the jack. Go, that's off. Pop that in. It just fell out. Okay, let's move this stuff out of the way. Now it should all just fall out. Alright, so there's the jack. There's the switch, there's the jack. So this is coming from the pickup, and it's just a big, and the pickup is just grounded. It's not even connected to anything, it's just, wow, that's terrible. Grab our little snippers, and I'm just gonna cut it. I have no idea what's even happening right now. All right, so this one right here is the ground for the guitar ground. It's grounding to the trem right here, trem claw. So that's out. And then I need to cut this. This is for the pickup. So this is the pickup ground right here. And then this white cable is the pickup hot. We're not even gonna use this pickup again. So now that that's free, and there we go, out. I'm gonna flip the guitar over now, and I'm gonna get the humbucker out. Gonna get our low powered drill, and the whole thing should just come out super easily. There we go. The guitar has been stripped. Now, the next thing we need to worry about is the pickup rings. I don't know if the pickup rings I have are gonna work because they were for a Les Paul, which is arched. If I grab these, I think we can make them work even though it's flat. There's one, there's the other. The holes line up at least. The holes do line up. So I think we're going to use those. I think I've done that incorrectly. There we go. There. So I guess the next thing to do is we're going to grab these pots and see where we need to drill our holes for the new pot holes. So if you look down in here, let me move the camera so you can see it a little better. So as you can see, they will all fit in there. So this one, go right, like in the corner there. This one could go right between them. Now, the other thing I noticed is that these pots don't fit through the holes, so I'm gonna have to enlarge the holes that are there. And then if you look up here, the switch does fit. If you look down here, the jack does reach to the jack plate. So let's figure out how we're gonna mark where to drill. All right, I've decided to do something kind of dumb, but I've got this screwdriver right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line the pot up where I want it. So like right here. I'm gonna take this flathead and I'm just gonna put it right underneath where that shaft is and make a little dot. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. Right there. Okay, and then same thing over here. So let's stick this here. This like right. It's right here. Same thing. There we go. I made a little dot in there so that I know where to drill the hole. Let me grab the camera and show you. Whew. Alright. You can't really see it, but right there. Right there. So what I'm going to do is drill some tiny little pilot holes there so that I can flip it around and check the other side. Alright, got my drill, tiny little bit, and we're just going to drill straight down. Okay, that's through. And we're going to do that on the other mark that I made right there. And this guitar is basically made of plywood, so that didn't take much at all, did it? So let me get that out of the way. Let's flip it around, make sure that we made it through to the other side. We did. So, there you go. So there's going to be my knobs. Knob there and there. And I got a couple spares over here. A knob there and a knob there. They'll be close together, but I think that'll work. Yeah. Alright, so let's figure out what size we need. So as I already mentioned, these are too fat to fit through these holes. This part right here doesn't fit. So we need to find a bit that will make this big enough. Basically, it just needs to be one size bigger than it already is. So let me grab one of these, next size up. Nope. We may just have to trim it, you know, file it with a, see, it's already the biggest size. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a smaller one like this, put it in the drill, and then I'm just going to go in circles to make this a little bigger. So, and like that. Alright, it's all done. The holes are anyway. So let's flip it over. You can see that kind of did a number on the cavity here, but that's okay. We don't care what it looks like inside, do we? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our pots. Just kind of stick them where they go. Alright, so here's the switch. There's There's one pot. So this is for the neck volume. This is for the bridge volume. Okay. This is for the neck tone. This is for the volume tone. There we go. And the output jack. Actually, I need to put that in before I put that last pot, so here we go. Let's tighten them down. All right, now I gotta do my least favorite thing ever. We're gonna try and solder this ground. I hate soldering. See if that did it. Hey, it did, first try. Boom. Here it is so far. We've got our pots. I guess there's no reason why I can't put these on. So there's one knob for volume, one knob for tone. I'm not going to push them down yet. Here's one knob for volume. Here's one knob for tone. That looks pretty cool if you ask me. I mean, it looks kind of stupid, but man, we are making a bastard child of all different kinds of guitars today, aren't we? So the next thing to do is to mount the pickups in the pickup rings. I happen to have the original springs and screws and stuff for those, so I'm going to mount those right now, and then we're going to run the wires through the body. So I have a little bit of a problem. The hole is too narrow for the quick connect. I noticed, because of the way this guitar was built, there's actually, and maybe all Epiphone or less Gibson style guitars are like this, but there's a hole here that comes through the neck pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the neck off, and I should be able to drill straight down and make this hole wider using my drill. So here we go. So I did get the neck off, and sure enough, look at that, there's a hole. So I can put my drill bit straight through this hole, and I should be able to fit all the way through to make that big enough. So let me rearrange some things and get that. It's gonna be kind of awkward to try to do this on camera, but I think it's important for you to be able to see. So hopefully I don't block you, but yeah, that's not gonna work because the angle. See? I mean, I'd have to have like a really, really long bit to do that. And see, if I do it like this, I don't have the angle that way either. So the only thing I can really do at this point is try to file it manually. The only way I can think to do that, because I don't have a file, I could use a guitar string, I guess, and try to, you know, do it that way. That would take a while, but that might work. But I at least was able to show you, this is how they drilled this hole in the first place, was with a really long bit. And unfortunately, I don't have a really long bit. So yeah, let's see if I can figure something out. Alright, I got it through in the most redneck way imaginable. So I took some scissors, I opened it like this, I stuck it in the hole, and I just twisted it around a little bit. Took the other end, did it like this, twisted it around a little bit. And then I got a string, guitar string, I looped it around the connector, pushed it through the hole, and pulled it as hard as I could, and popped it through. Don't know that I recommend that you do that. It looks like the wires are still good though, like I didn't break them. So there you go. Got it through. This hole will be easier to widen, by the way, because I can see the other side of it, and it's like this thin. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, let's get it in the ring. So I got it in the ring, and I think it looks pretty good if you ask me. I'm gonna screw this into the body of the guitar now. So I didn't even have to widen this hole, and I was able to get both of the connectors through. So I'm going to put this pickup in the pickup ring next. Here we go. So let's flip it over. Now I need to plug them in. Boom. You're plugged in. Wow. Time for the moment of truth, huh? Let's plug it in. See if it passes the screwdriver tap test. Okay, I don't expect this to work, but here we go. Amps on. Hey, does work. Wow. Let's check the tone. Wow, it works. Amazing. Let's get the neck back on. Neck's back on. Oh my God, what have we made? Oops. So we need to do something about this because we can't just leave this open. I think I'm just gonna put tape. I have green tape. Yeah, let's do that. Now there's a face that only a mother could love. I guess in this case it would be an ass that only a father could love. But so what I did was I had an old control cover for a Les Paul and I drilled it in, and then I've covered the whole back of it with tape. But now it's time to do my second least favorite thing ever, and that's stringing up a Floyd Rosd. Actually, in this case, it's a Floyd Rosd. And just for old time's sake, let's look at it again. You ready? Licensed under Floyd Rosd patents. How beautiful. All right, let's string it up with 10s. Okay, here it is. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done as far as guitars go. Let's see. How does it sound? Usable. Cleans up pretty good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching this series of the Crapocaster. What do I think about it? It's still a piece of crap, but it's my piece of crap. We've got SG pickups. We've got a Floyd Rosd Sky body. And we have a terrible Squier Bullet Strat neck. definitely one of a kind. Is it gig worthy? Probably not. But I'll tell you what, it was really fun to make, and the fact that it works just kind of makes me laugh. I think it sounded okay too. Maybe I'll record a song with it someday soon and post it, but until then, please like and subscribe, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Thank you. Have a nice day.